Jason George Photography, Wildlife Adventure. In this episode, we join Jason on a scuba dive in some very murky water. Jason was a little bit shocked that this is the spot that the guy chose to go scuba diving. It was the second time out together, and he said there'd be lots of fish here, but even before we jumped in, you could see that there weren't many fish, and it was pretty shallow and murky. So I'm not really sure why he picked this spot. Do you know what fish this is? This is a pretty cool looking fish. It's a lionfish, but it's an invasive species. So in the next 4 dives, we actually try to eradicate them. When I went with this other scuba diving guy, Fruity, he's awesome. He was so helpful and educational, where this guy just seemed to be, oh, we have to go scuba diving. We might as well go to this spot. He didn't seem to have the passion or the flair for scuba diving. And, well, at least I tried to make the most of it. And here's another lionfish. Man, if we had one of those spears. Whoa, there's 2 of them. Oh no. Man, I wish we had that spear to get at least one of them. I've never really used it before this trip. I've only used it once and I wasn't really good at it. So if you know what those fish are, please leave it in the comments. And did you see the barnacles on that conch shell? That was pretty cool. And these little tiny fish is what the lionfish tends to eat until it gets bigger. So it's eradicating fish in Jamaica. But they do have some cool corals that are starting to grow back. I love the color of this one. It's purple. Yeah, if you haven't guessed, purple is my favorite color. So on the first dive, there was a lot more color and fish, it seemed like. And when we came here, the reason we came here was to see fish. And yeah, I'm not really seeing much. And normally the dive master will point things out, especially on a slow dive. And he hasn't pointed anything out to me on this trip. So I hope that you actually check out some of the other things I do, like books, hot sauce, and some of the other videos with more animals. In later episodes, I see a turtle and all kinds of other cool things. I've got video of me with sharks underwater, loons, beavers, so many cool things. This is my second dive with this group, and it's probably my last dive with this group. I just don't understand why we came here. And what's actually really funny is the boat driver that took us out on these first 2 dives. He actually was the boat driver on my other 4 drives, or my later 4 drives of my 6. So I know that the guy who took me out on this trip will find out that I still went on other dives, and I wasn't gonna say anything to him. Like, again, he can't control the animals, but he didn't seem to care, and it was just him going through the motions. So I'm glad that he'll find out that I went on other dives. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but yeah. I still made the best of this scuba dive because being underwater is so much fun, and there's so much cool stuff under here. Even if the visibility was poor and there wasn't much to see wildlife, there were still some cool sponges and corals to see. Unfortunately, there was nothing inside any of them like I was hoping for. But have you ever been snorkeling or scuba diving? Do you know, see that little thing in there? That's the conch. Or some people will call it a skunk. And that's what they make conch soup out of. It's sort of like escargot. It's like the snail inside the shell that they eat. I think that would be the best way to describe it. It's like a giant escargot. Have you ever had conch soup? Have you ever had escargot? Leave it in the comments what you thought of either of them if you've ever tried them. Oh, there's a sea cucumber. It's so cool being underwater. I hope that you are enjoying this journey. And again, I'm sorry that there's not much wildlife, but that's out of my control. But there are some cool sea anemones. I wonder why they're purple. And I wonder if you take them out of the water, will they still be purple? Or is it just the way that the light hits them? In one of the later episodes, I actually swim through a drug plane. How cool is that? Again, even if there wasn't stuff to see, that is a cool thing. There was multiple drug planes in a boat that we got to go through. And we were hunting lionfish. Man, I can't wait to share with you those scuba diving experiences. Not every experience can be an amazing experience. I hope that you've at least enjoyed the journey. And apparently the time is up as we're at the rope. But I still have a lot of air left. Normally they'd send you back down. Well, until next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep enjoying the wildlife.